Welcome to Lawfolds Farm, episode 4, with me, Mr. Sealy P. After the secret squirrel journey over here, we are at the secret location. The setup is pretty much the same. Got the wood chipper, got the trailer. We are at the bottom right hand corner, the southeast corner of the map now, at the woodland down there. Now, here's the difference. Top end, I was doing it with the front loader, and I was selling it at the sell point. There isn't a sell point near here, so this is what the experiment was. I have bought the Hyzomat heating plant. Now I had this on Goldcrest Valley, and I wasn't sure whether or not you got paid less when you sold it here than when you did it at a sell point. Wasn't too sure. So obviously it's not a biomass heating plant, you're actually just selling it at a sell point. So I don't know. So that's what I'm going to find out, whether or not. So I'm going to do a full load, and then we'll put it in here and see if we get the same as we got when we sold it at the sell point. Interesting. I don't know. We'll just see. I'm going to leave this here, so any wood chipping we do can always go into here. It's not a problem. It's quite an expense, but that's what I said before. That money I got from doing the gold doesn't matter. Even if this turns out to be a colossal waste of time, the money was there. It doesn't matter. And here's the other thing. The other equipment I said in part 1. Now, this isn't bought, this is leased. The Scorpion King I have leased. It wasn't cheap to lease, but it was cheaper than buying it. But what I have bought is the MAN truck. It is the... Oh, mine's gone blank actually. What it's called? How terrible is that? TGS. That was it. TGS 18480. We are in Britain. In Scotland, so I can call it a lorry. It's not a truck, it's a lorry. I know, it's a truck, lorry, whatever you call it. Anyway, this is the kind of updated version that from FS15, spare tyre, chunkier bits here, grills on the top. I think the spotlights are far, far better, grills over the lights, all that kind of stuff. Plus, it's got the option for the rear attacher, which I've put on it as well. And I've got a low loader. The Flegel on this one, which is fantastic. On FS17, you can choose your colour. On 15, it was just orange. You couldn't have any other colour. So I've gone for black. These two I've bought for a very specific reason. Well, one, shifting big equipment around, but it's a big map. And some of the slow equipment, like this, will take forever. So if you're moving a few bits of equipment from one side of the map to the other, the low loader is a perfect idea. It works brilliantly. Plus, I love the look of it. It's a brilliant looking truck. Lorry. I've got so used to saying truck on Goldcrest Valley. So there we go. So this is the big difference. I'm not going to be using a chainsaw and the front loader. I'm going to be using the Scorpion King. So we're going to get sort of both sides of the forestry, the low end side, doing it far more manually, and then the automated side with the Scorpion King. That's the plan for this episode. So, before I do anything then, I'm going to jump in. Have a quick look inside. Very nice indeed. Start it up. Now, I'll be honest with you, and I mean really honest with you, getting this over here on this lorry was a game. When I came around one of the tight corners to come up towards East Law Farm, the top of the boom got caught on a tree and nearly pulled the whole lot off the trailer. So it was interesting, to say the least. So here we go. What I've got to try and work out first is which trees to do, in which order, mainly so I can actually get to the wood chipper. Now, there are some wood chips in there, because I've said this before, if you haven't used the wood chipper, if you didn't watch my... did I do it on Chellington? Did on Chellington and Goldcrest Valley. That wood chipper can actually hold 5,000 litres. So when your trailer fills up, the next 5,000 litres will go into the wood chipper. So because I filled it up on the last episode, on part 1, there was some wood chips still in it. So let's think, where shall I start? Oh, let's start here, why not? So, let's turn it on. Now it's turned on. I've got the cut length at 1 metre, and you're probably going to look and think, why would you do 1 metre? You can load up whole trees into that. Absolutely you can. Becomes quite unwieldy and slightly difficult to do. But you'll see, it will make sense. You can do 2 metre lengths, whatever you want to do. I'm going to do 1s. And then we lift it, pull back slightly, and it will allow the tree to topple away from you, rather than on top of you, which can often be a bit of a pain. Now, what I'm going to do as well, I think, is take the boom out, not that way, just a little bit. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, that tree doesn't get in the way, which is looking likely. There we go. That should be about right. I will very quickly jump out, only because I didn't turn this on. So here we go. I'll do it in 1 metre lengths. It just makes it a little bit easier. If I want to, if I bring it away, ever so slightly, I can change the cut length to 2 metres. I can do 2s, it's fine, I can do 3s. Just have to adjust where you position everything, and sometimes they get caught up like that. There we go. Go off the tree, why not? And there we go. That's tree number 1. Actually, incredibly quick. Oh. Bear with me 1 second. Okay, so I've now hooked up the JCB so I can see. Now, I don't know if they've changed the quantities, the amounts of wood chip you get per tree. I don't know. Now, the maximum there could have been in there before I started this tree was 5,000. Because that's all the wood chipper will hold. So let's say, for example, there was 5,000. I've just put 1 tree through that wood chipper, which means that 1 tree was 24,886 litres for 1 tree. So 2 trees will pretty much fill this. So wood chipping is actually going to work out quite a productive business with the equipment. Obviously, I've got this for 24 hours. Now, the question is, if I'm going to keep doing a lot of this, do I buy one? It's 317,000 to buy. I've got the money sitting there. If I'm going to do a lot of wood chipping and a lot of logging, it would make sense. Now, I haven't used the... where is it? I've lost forestry. There. I haven't ever used the Sampo Rosenliu. I know it was new to FS17 and cool and smaller and cheaper and all the rest of it, but it doesn't do large trees. So I was a bit dubious about getting it. I might do a test on that on my test map and see how I get on. So I may well buy one of those. Don't know. I'm thinking about it at the moment. So I'm going to carry on. Let's get another tree in. There we go. Oh, doesn't want to know for some reason. There we go. Okay. Now I'm going to change the cut length back to 1, only because I just prefer it that way. It just stops it clogging up. So what will happen, as I've said before, is once that trailer fills up, and the trailer is dancing, I'm not quite sure why, but it's having a good old rock and roll there. Once the trailer's full, the wood chips will stop going up the conveyor will stop, and the wood chip will start to store it up to 5,000. Which, in all honesty, it's not going to be far off. Ah, there we go. Trailer's full. If you notice, it's chipping, but the conveyor belt's not moving. So the trailer's full already. 2 trees. And that log's just hurtling around. Okay, let's turn off the chipper. And it stopped dancing. So there we go. Yep, full trailer. So now comes the test. If I can actually manoeuvre this round. So should be more selective about what trees I chop down, I think. I will get there. Yeah, that one tree that's right in the way. That'll be the next one to go, I think. So let's reverse this back. Now on part 1, I got 27,158 for doing a full unload, and that was on £577 per 1,000 litres. So I have a quick look on here, and it is now on, oh, it's gone up a bit, 607, so it might be a little bit out. It would be interesting to see, because if I get less, it will mean that you do get less doing it this way. But it's gone up 607. Oh, that's at Highland Grains. Oh, that's a point, actually. I don't know where this is going to sell this to, then. Oh. Right, we'll see then. So, it's tip time. Not as much as I think it's going to be. I don't think. 15,000. So that's way lower. 15,544. Wow, okay. Considerably lower selling it there. But I suppose the difference is you haven't got to transport it, I guess. Technically. Anyway, moving on from that then is the next step. Oh, I do think I'm going to need to remove a tree, but it'll be fine. Yeah. Absolutely going to need to move a tree. Let's just move this out of the way for a minute. And jump in the stump grinder very, very quickly. Just that one for the time being. And back over here. I've had to leave the Scorpion King running. I'll just get that lined up fairly well. That'll do. What a game. Okay. So if I turn the wood crusher now, with where that's positioned, as you saw there was some still left in it, every time I cut anything, put it in there, it will go straight through and into the hyzer mat. Obviously it's not as much money, but There's an ease of use to it, in all honesty. So let's just get this into position. So we go on. And there we go. Straight in, straight sold. 5,000. It's not a huge amount for a tree, to be fair, but it's only wood chips. Well, I think we have a conclusion then, don't we? It was an experiment. I was interested to see what would happen. Just close that. And the conclusion is this. This is expensive to buy. Wood chips straight into it, or even if you do wood chips from a trailer into it, you get less selling at this than you do selling at the wood chip sell points, which, you know, again, fair enough, it's worth looking at. I mean, to be fair, what did I get? 15,000 for the trailer here, and 27,000, so 12,000 more selling them at a wood chip sell point than selling them here. But then, like I say, if you're going to be using this, you're not cutting, wood chipping into a trailer, driving the trailer, dropping it off. It's directly there, wood chip, sold. So I suppose, yeah, like I say, there is an ease of use, which means you're not spending ages transporting. So I suppose the less time you're transporting, the more money you're making. But then that said, oh, I don't know. It's yeah. It's what you feel like doing. I thought I'd give it a go, and it's here now, and I can use it whenever I need to. The wood chip is leased. This is leased. Will I buy one of these? Yeah, quite probably. I have done on Goldcrest Valley. I haven't done on Chellington. I just leased on Chellington, only because I was sort of struggling to make the money. But I'm doing alright with money here. So yeah, sun's setting. Got some new equipment. The gold the gold literally paid off. Of course it did. I'm going to carry on doing a little bit of wood chipping, I think, and then we'll see what time it is. And potentially you might see a couple of little clips. It depends. I might do a mini montage type thing, and then we'll continue in the morning. Only downside to this loader is there are no tie downs. Off into the sunset. I'll take this back up to the other forest at the top of the map, so I can sell directly. I'm going to do some logging, proper logging. That'll be another episode, not straight away. Just trying to work out the best route really from here. So I've been moving some equipment around, ready for the morning, and I thought it's nearly 8 o'clock. I'll come up here onto what is now the aptly named Gold Hill, overlooking Lawfolds, and watch the sunset. Why not? It's an amazing view. It's been a busy day. More to come tomorrow. For now, just go enjoy it.